All right, y'all. It is just after 9 p.m. tonight, and I'm getting ready to do my hair, fill out my calendar for this upcoming week, and read a book before I go to bed for the night because I got to be up at 8 o'clock in the morning. No, I don't have to be, but I'm going to be because I'm going to get my work done and be on time for Bible study, y'all. So this is my most recent dating update. So I canceled one of the apps that I was on. I went through the 30 days paying, and that was the Plenty of Fish app. And I was saying there's lots of people, gays posing as straight sex traffickers and straight sex traffickers out there. Like, it's like they want to get you. I need to take you to Atlanta. I need to take you to Pennsylvania, whatever. So just watch out for that. And then I was really thinking and talked to the Lord about this, and I was like, okay, I made my step because you know how you have to present something to the Lord before He'll do something for you. And I was like, okay, I will get out because I kept saying I was hoping the Lord would drop somebody off my door, and that was going to happen. The Holy Spirit was like, dude, for real. And so I went out there and I was saying that I was thinking to myself that the dating apps are not for believers, even though there are a couple Christian apps out there that I haven't talked about yet. Woo, Lord. But it's just not for us because there's so much about Christian women that people in the world don't understand. Men look at you, they're like, "Oh, you're single and looking, I'm single looking, you gotta like me," right? And it doesn't work that way. You know, the Lord, if you're praying for a spouse, the Lord has already been talking to you about that spouse and all that stuff. And so, connections don't just happen, just because you're interested and available and stuff like that. And boys don't get that. And then also because there's so many crazies out there, right? So many crazies. It's absolutely ridiculous, like some of the stuff. So listen to this one guy. He's like, "Hi," and I'm like, "Hi," and he's like, "You look like my son's mother." And so I wrote back and I said, no woman wants to be told that she looks like some other woman that you think of or used to be with, any of that type of stuff. And then he replies and he says, I know, and I thought about that. I knew you respond like this before I sent it. And I'm like, but you did it anyway. And he was like, well, people make mistakes and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, but first impressions matter because, if you, that's telling me a number of things, right? This is either telling me that he thought the negative consequences that he anticipated were more valuable to him than the reward of saying something wise that would have brought me to him as opposed to repelling him, right? And then the other thing could be maybe he's just stupid, right? Just dumb, like, and he doesn't play the movie forward. That's not the type of man you want, especially like in the late 40s, 50s type of age group. So yeah, that was just a big old mess. And then he had the audacity to turn around and say, "You black women are so hard on black men and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Dude, you're dumb, So we're not hard on the smart ones, Like we're doing everything we can to grab the smart ones. Like, what are you talking about? So just like they just like the crazies are outside. That's why a lot of times us believing women we don't go out there, y'all. But anyway, that was Plenty of Fish. I don't recommend that one. It is just like honestly, if you're gonna go on a dating app, I really think even though it's more expensive, it's quite expensive, is the eHarmony because they do the scientific questioning and also because you get a higher income level. And if you want somebody that like matches yours or somebody that's higher, then that's what I would recommend is eHarmony. And they just do a better job of screening people than any other app out there. Like every other app is like a free for all. eHarmony is like not like that because you're not gonna match with somebody unless they have gone through, their like even their minimum level of screening just to fill out to get your app started before you even decide how much you're gonna pay for it. They ask you a lot of questions, and most dummies don't have the patience to, go through that whole type of thing. So if you get somebody who's willing to fill out all of that, you have to understand that they are thinky, and those are the kind of guys that you want.